Victoria said my hair is crooked. Look at her hair.
It's not crooked. It's pretty straight.
Is my hair crooked?
Oh, a little bit.
My hair ain't crooked. My hair is bigger than yours. Don't be jelly.
Don't hate, okay? Oh, maybe
I swear it's slowing down by the second, man.
Is it really? Is it really?
Dun, 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 dun.
It's hard.
You didn't want anyone around.
No, I didn't
You
want...
didn't know if you were going to sit, stand, lay down, vomit, crap.
Yeah.
You didn't know
And
nothing.
No, you just want to be left alone. You just want to be you want to take care of it by yourself. And people that doesn't have it, that never had it, want to be with you, want to stay with you, want to do a lot with you. They want to be there for you because you know they love you, you know. And you just go it's too strong of feelings that you just feel bad. And you just want to be by yourself. You just want that day to be over. You don't want to make it a big day. You just want to hurt the time. You want to hurry the time along. And the time don't hurry along. It's slow. Because you're going through it. You know. I remember sitting on the couch and laying on the couch. And he would just look at me and says, "Can I do anything?" No, you can't do nothing. You know, what can you do? You can't do nothing. You know? And you'd be so sick that you don't know what you're saying. That you know, I hurt him a lot because, you know, he want to help so much. And then I couldn't get it through him that, you know, I just want to be for myself. And I'm already a person that's very, you know, I can be by myself for days, I'm fine, even when I'm not sick. But if you think about when I'm sick, it's even double the time. So, and I remember Denise coming, they did not know what to do because I don't sleep all night, I'm up all night, I'm at the bathroom all night, back and forth, lay down, stand up, go back to the bathroom, sleep, get up. I don't sleep, but 5-10 minutes. Bad. So he called Denise, something's wrong, you need to come get your mom and take her to the, find out what's wrong. She's not telling me everything. She's not saying anything. So Denise would call and take me to the doctors, and I'd be there at the doctor's all day with the needle in my hand and giving me, you know, just, because I'd be so dehydrated, don't want to eat. It's awful. Because every time you put something in your mouth, you want to gag. Yeah, and you do. Sometimes you do. You put something in your mouth, you gag, you got to throw up. You run to the bathroom or run to the sink or wherever you had to. I had a bucket next to me all the time because I might not make it. Then you have nothing in your stomach to gag. It's only phlegm. But you're really dehydrating yourself. So I'll be at the doctor's for like all day. They try to make me eat there. You know, I just wouldn't eat. I couldn't. They give me all kinds of stuff to eat. But it's awful. So when the guy told me, when we were talking, you remember that, how you felt the first time going around? I says, yeah, it was awful. But he said it might be less than that. So that's a plus. That's kind of a plus. But I'm small too, you know. Then I'm going to take these strong pills. So it's really hard. it's hard for friends and family to watch you go through it. You know, they feel so hopeless, like they can't do nothing, you know, and they try, and it's just not working. So
I would say if I'm listening to you and viewing it and imagining me, you just have to be present. Your family, when they visit, should just be present.
yeah.
It isn't like, let me fix it, let me get this, let me do this. I would say there's a few things I would have a cold rag and put on your forehead. Oh, you don't want cold? Hot. Get a hot one. And I wouldn't ask. I would just do. Because if I'm over a toilet vomiting, I know what I would want. I would want just a hand on my shoulder or just hold my hair back. If I don't have hair, act like I have hair, bitch. You know, like, just act like I have hair. Please. Just be there and present. It isn't like they need you to, don't expect you to say anything. Do you need this? Do you need that? Can I do that? No, don't, get out. You know, because you don't even have, like you said, to be able to say anything or muster up a voice, or you're so much pain and so.
I just want to be alone. Just that's all I want. Sometimes I just want to be alone. You know, I don't know. I guess it all depends on the individual. You know. So I don't know.
So you're independent. I'm very independent. I get you wanting to be alone. I think on the flip side, though, people around you may think that alone means this is true. We are on this side of it, not in the same boat as you, not dealing with this beast called cancer, and we're not living with cancer that we know of at that time. And what goes through our head on the other side of this fence, as we watch you go through what you're going through, and the picket fence is like, well, the chain link fence, because we can see through, we can see you, right? And we think in our head, at least I do, is this the last time I'm going to see you? Mm-hmm. And I don't want to not see you. So I want to be present. I want to be here. And for Dee Dee, that's me. For me, I sit back and analyze a bunch of things. Before I got here, I had all the questions too to add, like things I would want to know for you to know, not for me. And I'll dictate it and take this log of events. But at the end of the day, the facts are for you. So you know what they said. But I sit and analyze if this happens, what would I want to know? If that happens, what would I want to know? If this is going on, what does it feel like? Have you sat and ever vomited nothing over a toilet, not drunk? Have you ever been through that? Have you gagged over and over trying to eat something? All these things that are really important, and just sit back and go, wow, like, don't talk to me when I'm going through this. I don't want to talk. Mm-hmm. I don't want to chit chat, right? You don't want to chit chat, do you? But when you say you want to be alone, imagine the other people on this other side of the fence watching and saying, I need to be there because this could be our last moment. And so I want to be there. Is today the last moment? Because if it is, I want to be there. You know, and so you're like, leave me alone. I need to face this. And I think that's what we picture on the other side.
Yeah.
We're over here wondering if this is I get a lot of pain imagining the things that I didn't know before. Like, so we talked about it in mine, where it's like, I'll cry. The one thought that can get me crying is, I didn't know that was the last time we were ever going to do that. The last walk we were going to have, the last talk, with just friends, or, not even over, they didn't have cancer. They just had other problems, or we weren't going to ever fulfill a long-term relationship. It was just going to be, wow, that was our last time doing that. And so your last time with people that love you, they don't want that to even happen. So they're around. They want to be around.
Yeah.
Because because the cancer is this beast that you can't predict. So what if the meds took you down? You end up in the hospital, boom, you go in, you check in, boom, that night is like, boom, you're gone. And then your family's over here like, I should have been there more. But mom wanted her space. You know what I mean? So then I don't expect you to change how you're going to feel. And no one can make you change how you feel when you're over a toilet vomiting. But that's the flip side of that thought.
Yeah.
If this is my last moment with you every day, like today I get here, it wasn't my last moment. Thank goodness. I go home, I do my kids, And then the next day, wherever I can fit time to see mama, I'm going to go. and it may not be perfect for you. You might be like, I just had grapes and I'm vomiting all that out now, right? Mm-hmm. And you're like, just sit in the living room, be present. All you have to do with someone like that is be present, I think.
Yeah.
Because you can't fix anything, can you?
No.
Can we fix anything?
What would it fix?
So think back to when you had cancer the first time and you were laying on the couch. Do you know, this is hard because it's 12 years ago. But like when I was over that toilet and I was like, I just wish I had, when I recently went over that, my toilet incident, I wish I had just a hand on my shoulder. No words, no hair, no nothing like that. Not even wiping the acid off my mouth, but just that hand on my shoulder. Like, it's okay. I'm here, but I'm not saying, there's no words. It's just that hand on your shoulder. Like you're not by yourself. Mm-hmm. So can you muster up any thoughts when you're laying on the couch, when you're going back and forth? I know you had to underlyingly be super happy your husband was there. Like, cause I mean.
Oh yeah, I was happy. He was very quiet.
He is very quiet, right? Mm-hmm. But is there, now your kids show up, like think about some things, because they would probably, it's like having a rule book of advice for that person. So here you get to say it.
Well,
what do you think?
I like them to be around, but I don't like, I guess this is how I feel. I just don't like sitting around and just being sick in front of them. That's my thing, you know. Right. I always think that when people are around, I have to entertain, or I have to talk to them, or I have to, you know, and I feel like it's a lot of waste of their time, and because I don't feel so good, and it's making them feel bad, and that's how I feel most times. But I like if they're around, I like it. I mean, I enjoyed somebody being there, but the flip side of that is how I feel about, you know, how I feel. I think I should be sitting down with them, talking and having fun and all that stuff, and I'm not, because I'm just so down and out.
You can't.
I can't. Even if I tried.
You can't.
Even if I tried to do it, you know, it's just that I feel like I'm getting sicker if I do that. I just feel like just closing my eyes and just kind of dozing off for a few minutes. But
you need to be able to do what you doze, walk and vomit, walk in diarrhea, walk in this, pass out, lay down, sit up. You need to still do all those things without the worry of hosting company, no matter if it's son, daughter, friend, right? Mm-hmm. I would say then what I picture in my head is, because they're going to visit you and they're going to come and they're going to be around.
Yeah.
But what you don't have to say it. I'm going to air this so they can listen to it. That would be so cool.
What?
Because many, many people have your thoughts, and many, many people don't know how to say that to their own family, you know? This would be perfect. So they'll be able to hear and think, she wants me around, I want to be around, but I'm not going to sit and watch her vomit and everything. I know that she needs that space to do that. But why can't I be in the other room with Dad watching a movie? Why can't I be over here in your sewing room, like doing games or playing on my phone? Like they're present. Mm-hmm. Of course, they come, wash their hands, give you a kiss on the forehead. You know, they're around. But let me also be in the home, but not up all over your back. Isn't that true? What do you think about that?
Well, yeah, because it's like if they're sitting with you and up on you and undoing all this stuff, you feel like you have to answer questions that when they talk, you say something, and then you have to say it back. Yeah, and it's like, I'm just not in the mood to do that. I'm just really not in the mood. I mean, and I feel bad because I want to be in the mood, and I want to.
You want to talk. You want to chit chat,
and it's just so hard. And it's like, I know they want to do some other stuff than be here watching me, you know. So And that's how I felt.
Yeah, so I think checking in is good. I think even if they check in but say hi and go do something in the other rooms or whatever with dad or whatever like that.
Yeah.
They're around, and let's just say you happen to have a moment, because those moments come few in between, where you can go like, I have, and only you would know in that moment. We can't even predict it. About 3 times a day, you're going to feel good enough to come sit down and talk. Oh no, you're not going to know until that day. That day's chemistry in your body is going to determine how good you feel about talking, about even uttering a word off your lips, right?
Yeah.
Because you might have days you don't say nothing, right?
Right.
And no one needs to, you don't want to feel bad for not saying nothing, because this chemo is just killing you.
That's why I love to have Keiki around, because Keiki is a comfort. You know, she lays by you. She you know, if she wants to eat, you get up and make her food. This is your walk. You know, you get up and you put a food in, and then it doesn't take much. You know, it's like walking to you have to walk to the bathroom. If you need to walk to the bathroom to throw up, why can't you walk to feed your dog, you know? But she's just been a joy. I mean, she's always been there. If I want to talk and say something, I'd say something to her. You know, it's almost comfort. I just feel like people that has cancer, it's so nice to have a pet. The pet don't talk. The pet don't. I mean, she's got her own schedule. You know, she knows when she has to eat. She'll let me know when she eats. She wants to eat. You know, and she wants to go out. She'll go halfway, and then she looks at me, and then I say, "You want to go outside?" And we'll walk, and then she'd run outside, and that's part of exercising. You know, it makes you do something. But so the Kiki does a lot with me. She's, and I know she knows what's going on.
Right.
You know.
And Keiki is your Maltese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
amazing. Awesome. So I often say, you know, we humans should be more dog-like. Often I say, because I've worked with animals, that humans should act more like dogs. If we can be more loving, more unconditionally loving, more understanding. And in your case, your dog is actually perfect for someone with cancer, right? They don't make you feel like you need to talk. You don't feel guilty for not talking. Because a lot of things that you can do with your animal are silent. Body language and your energy, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny that all those times, all those years, people would tell me, like, you're not talking to the dog? Isn't that funny? And now we come through and we sit down at the most intricate part of our lives when we go through cancer, and one of the biggest answers is just silence. Because a lot can happen in silence.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very interesting. But if we could all understand it like an animal, and that's why our animals we love so deeply, more than we love our humans, because they are more capable of withstanding those things that we have to go through in moments like this.
Yeah.
She has a routine. She keeps it. She loves you. She shares love with you all day, from the petting, support, being right there, walking by your side, while following you around, barking at you if she feels something. It's just intimate.
Yeah. She's really good.
Betty, I'm going to record this. Is that okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Things I liked from when I was battling cancer, first cancer. What made me feel alive and good is when I go outside in the sun. I'll just go out there and I just kind of take deep breaths and just kind of breathe in the air. It felt so good. It felt so good. And then I'd walk in here. No, I don't stay out there long, you know. I just go out there and I just get what my body needs. You know, it'll tell you how much you need to be out there, because then, okay, I better go lay down. I better, you know. But outside was the best thing for me. Being out there is the best thing. So now that the weather is good, I'm really happy, because I can even stay out on the porch when it's not really hot. you know. I can go on the porch and sit down and enjoy. But sometimes it's hard just to be within the house. You know, it's like the whole house smells sick. I don't want to lay on my bed anymore because I feel sick when I lay on the bed, you know, or when you put new sheets or something on, you feel much better. Things like that. It's just, sometimes you have to get out of the environment. Take a deep breath. Feel good.
So maybe that needs to happen. So someone comes to visit you. When they visit every 2 days, 3 days, the bed needs to be changed while they're here. So you can move to the couch, lay down, rest, and they can be silent in love and compassion and change your sheets. Like if they know that, then that's when they get here, that's part of their to-do.
Yeah.
They come, they kiss your forehead, they change your sheets. Air out the room, turn the fan on. These are things that you want to do, but it's not, like I told you, what the plate in front of you, all your priorities when you're going through this. You want to do all that, but you ain't gonna do all that.
No, because sometimes what happens is when you're doing the chemo, your platelets gets very low and your energy gets low, and you want to do it, so you go and do it, and you just can't do it. I mean, it's just, you get so exhausted just by fixing the bed. I fixed the bed on one side, put it on the mattress on the other side, you know, just tuck it in. And by the time you get on the other side of the bed, you're exhausted. Yeah, and then you get mad at yourself and you tell yourself, I can't even make the bed. You know, I get tired just trying to make the bed. It's just really, so I'm hoping that this one does not bring me there. Because my platelets at the end on my last treatment, the first time, my platelets were so low, they didn't want to give it to me. And me feeling so bad all the time, I said, just give it to me. I said, I want to take it, just give it to me. Doctor just shook his head. And he remembers till this day that I did that, because he wanted to give me 3 weeks of rest. I said, no, give it to me. I'm done. So they did. And I was happy I did.
Really?
I got out of there feeling so good because I knew it was my last one. And
Really?
I didn't have to go back. And it's amazing how the attitude changes. Because you know that was it. No more. That was your last treatment.
So you almost got a 3-week break and you declined it.
I declined it.
And you're grateful you did that.
I'm glad I did that.
Even looking back of how much suffering you felt like you were going through, you were grateful you made that choice.
Right.
Wow.
I guess I was just strong enough that I know I could do it.
Right.
And I said, just give it to me, I'll do it. Doctor just shook his head. I said, I want it.
Wow. And you survived. 12 years. Right?
Yeah.
From that moment, 12 years, right?
Since 2009.
Yeah. And what kind of cancer was that?
That was breast cancer. This one I have is sonoma, which is what this does is attack the muscles. It's not a breast cancer. It was created they think it was created by it could be created by the radiation that I got. But it doesn't show up right away. It'll probably show, this is about the right time it shows up.
10 years.
10 years, they say. So, you know, and sometimes you can't see it. And sometimes
they
it's
didn't.
inside. They didn't see it.
They didn't see it. You get a mammogram every year?
Yeah, every year.
Didn't see it.
They didn't
Not
see it.
clear enough to see anything. It looked okay. Last year.
Yeah. So it's so important to keep your mammograms and ultrasounds. I had both. I had a mammogram and ultrasound every year. I was talking to the doctor, and I said, well, I don't understand why they didn't find it then, because I have it every year. He said, well, some cancers, it depends on the cancer, that depends on how it sits, because they can sit in a ball, like in a tumor state, like it can sit in a ball, and then it also can flare out, looks like skin.
Wow.
And you can't really determine what that is. And I says, I didn't know that. So
even though I'm sitting over here going, well, I've skipped a mammogram. Screw you, I'm not doing a colonoscopy. I'm going to go in there and all these things are going to come appear. And then watching you go through every year mammogram, every year ultrasound, and they still missed it. It's still not 100%
right
to get your answers.
Right. But then you know that you went, and that you went, and it's just the clear conscience that you did go. It's not like you left it alone, and it just grew, And it's even like being that I was going to go through all this time, all the chemo and the radiation, I went and got my colonoscopy done. Because I felt like I needed to get it done. Doctor called me before I found out, and I was going to cancel everything and not do it. I said, oh, I'll get it done. So I went and got my colonoscopy done. But...
So getting the colonoscopy done now, right before going through chemo and everything, will also, one of the great things about what you're doing is you do have a timetable of all these events that you've done. Yeah. So let's just say it's Dee and I've skipped everything. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to go in and get that done. If I go in and get that done, it's going to open up a whole avenue of problems, right? Yeah. Colonoscopy, nope, I'm not doing it. I don't want none of that, right? But you, on the other hand, on the flip side, you've been every year, boom, 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 boom. And they can come back and go, didn't see anything here. They didn't see anything here. This is what it looked like then. This is what it looked like then. Now this is what it looks like. And now we can continue following it. Mm-hmm. But if you have no history of all that, no. You don't even know when it popped up. Like for Dee Dee, it would be like, well, was it 2 years ago or 3? Because you didn't ever go back in.
Yeah.
Dee Dee, right? You never go back in, Dee Dee, to get this. You have no timeline.
Yeah.
We don't know when it started and how fast it grew.
Right.
No. So it's interesting.
A lot of times they say, oh, well, I eat good, I exercise, I do all this stuff, and it's not going to happen to me.
It's not true.
That's not true.
It could happen to the healthiest person.
Right.
Doing everything right.
Right.
I mean, looking at you when I've visited, you eat like a bird. Little stuff. And I'm over here eating 2 servings.
But if you look back at before even this, I never eat a lot.
Right.
I never ever ate a lot.
Right.
I always ate little, but, I'm just not a big eater. I don't think food is that important, but it is. But, with me, I'm not starving myself.
Right.
I can go down to 85 pounds and still be okay because of my height. I can go from 103 to 85. I can stay within that average, and I'll be okay. But because I looked up my height, and this way if you look up your height.
Which is, what is your height?
I'm thinking 4'10". So I can go from, But if you look up your height, you can see, if you're losing weight, you said, you're still okay with. You're in the range of being okay. But if you really behind on the range, you get in where it's bad. It's a concern. So, I weigh myself every day. I've always done that. Every morning I weigh myself. And it's been a habit. So I stay within but I don't diet or anything. But I don't know, it just became a habit to step on the scale. Like D, he don't never step on the scale. He don't want to step on the scale. But he's losing weight, isn't he?
Right.
Yeah, so that's what I do. Because this I'm going to take now, they said weigh yourself. Make sure you're not, losing weight and let it become a problem.
Right.
Get through it.
Yes, you will.
I have a strong will. That's something about me. I got a very strong will. I don't have a strong will of eating as much because I never do eat much. I don't have a strong will of drinking a lot, but lately I've been drinking a lot. But I do have a strong will to get through. And that's, I think, it's going to take me through. It's not going to take me through. I'll see how strong my will is. And too, when you believe in God, that is just 90% of your healing. So I'll keep doing what I'm doing. And I see my doctors on a regular visit always. Mm-hmm. I take my blood work regularly. I used to take them every 3 months, but I stopped lately because of all what's happening, because they're just poking and prodding on me. But, yeah.
Yeah, every 3 months, girl. Woo.
Another 3 months?
Every 3 months?
I know.
Needles every 3 months? No, thank you.
Yep. Yeah, just tell them I got very thin veins, so you got to be careful. I need somebody that know what they're doing. And I just have in my mind, back in my mind, get it done.
Right.
You're pretty strong at that, too. You're
if it's a get or done kind of thing, yeah. you're right. But when if it comes to like, I might look at, for me, I was like, I would never want to fight it. If I got cancer, I would never want to fight. I have hardly much to live for,
Really?
That's what I feel. And I have to say, though, the get it done in me might just get things done without the thought of, like, that coming up. Like, if remember I told you, I have a plan.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, the doctor said do this. Well, I'm just following all these plans now. Whether I want to be here tomorrow or not has no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether I want to live through this horrible chemo to face the world, because I think the world needs a lot of repair. And like I told you, I feel like the world is super broken.
It is broken.
People are mean, rude, jerky. I mean, the best thing you got is your four-legged creatures, your animals. And then what we do to our animals is ridiculous. Across the planet, from cows to chickens to everything. The way we treat our animals on this planet are just horrible. I look at it like just what a crap world. It just needs repair. It needs help. And so why would we want to live in this world, So it's like as soon as God says, okay, you've got cancer now or something like that you're going to take you, I have no kids or no loved, like a spouse or anyone that I feel like really cares. Mm-hmm. So it's like I would always tell myself, yeah, I ain't going to fight that. I don't like needles. I don't like surgery. I'm going to go. Take me. Just take it. But I don't know in that moment because I'm such a determined go-getter.
I think in the
you know what I mean?
I think in the moment you're gonna feel different.
I'll be calling you saying, "Okay, we need to get a plan going. I don't know. This is what the doctor said I need to do," and then I won't be able to get that out of my head no matter what. Doctor said go for a walk. Doctor said eat this. Doctor said do that. Don't lose weight. I would be having your list going through talking about. I got to do all these things whether I want to live or not. I've got this in my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I know what you mean. Like I have a strong will. You and I have a lot in common with that.
Yeah.
But it's funny that you were so worried about taking these pills.
That's why I had a strong will I needed to learn, and I was breaking down because it's just every time I try it, sometime I get it, sometime I don't. Sometime I get it, sometime I don't. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to take these pills, and this time I got to get it the first time because they're going to start melting in my mouth. So...
but and you were so stressed over that it was...
It was very stressful.
It was controlling in your head. I could see it uplift off your shoulders as soon as they said you could eat it with a little banana. It was like the stars came shining through.
That's right.
But that's how stressed it was on you.
And you would think just that little thing can put so much stress. It almost can consume everything you do in a day.
No, it was consuming everything you were doing in a day, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was.
You weren't doing any of your daily stuff anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
It started controlling you.
Yeah.
The simple one thought is, how am I going to take these meds if I can't swallow them very fast?
How
very
am I
well.
I always thought, how am I going to get better? How am I going to fix this? And it just was going through my head. So, yeah, it did stress me out a lot. I almost felt human after they told me that.
Yeah, you got up, you ran around looking for stuff while you were running.
I was running.
Man, you were not running the day before, girl.
We got 20 more minutes. We gotta
I
go.
know. Thank you for letting me record, Betty.
Oh, you're welcome.
I hope this helps me, you, your family, your family, friends, strangers. And maybe this can help other people have their avenue of talk with their family before they go through something similar. Because it's really hard to say some of the things that you said to me to family.
Yeah. And sometimes everybody's different. Whatever you're going through, sometimes it's not the same as what you're going through that they feel. But, it's just, it's how I felt.
Right.
That's just how I felt.
Right. But maybe they can hear this and go, that's not exactly how I feel, but here is how I feel.
Yeah.
Let me say it, or let me record it and send you a video. Like this is what I felt like. Why weren't you holding my hair back and sitting next to me and crawling up my back while I was on the toilet? Why weren't you there on my back while I was on the toilet? Because some people they do feel different,
They do feel different.
But they need to say it. Would you agree?
Yeah.
They need to tell their family members so that they can be on the same page during this battle, right? If you sat your family down beforehand, because you've already done it.
Yeah.
Some people have never done chemo before, and they don't even know what they're getting themselves into. And then they don't know how to speak through it because it's just consuming.
Mm-hmm.
It is super consuming. There's no let's hang out. There's none of that. It's like a vacation, I told you. You're going to go on this vacation, and it's going to be a really quiet vacation. But your family's going to be all around you wondering what they can do, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you don't know it. Your first time, you had no idea what you were going to face.
No.
And now you can go back and say, look, I didn't like this. I loved this. Do this and do that, and then leave me alone, right?
Yeah.